All right, everybody, for this Thanksgiving week, the first one up is Brookie Pie. This is a classic semi-sweet chocolate chip cookie cradling a house-made brownie topped with a scoop of fresh vanilla bean mousse and drizzled with semi-sweet chocolate. Next up is the cookies and cream pie. This is a chilled pie with a cookies and cream crust, smooth cookies and cream filling, and a finish of whipped cream and crunchy cookie crumbs. Next one up is the French silk pie. This is a chilled, creamy chocolate mousse pie laid over cookies and cream crust and crowned with a decorative whipped cream and chocolate curls. As you can see, there's nothing here. This is where the Biscoff Pie should be. It's a Biscoff-infused cream cheese pie filling served on a crunchy Biscoff crust, finished with a pool of smooth Biscoff spread, dollops of fresh whipped cream, and a crunchy Biscoff cookie. Sadly, our crumbl said they didn't get anything with Biscoff, so our crumbl is not making it this week. New for this year is the pumpkin cream pie. This is a lightly spiced, velvety whipped pumpkin cheesecake filling nestled on a classic graham cracker crust, crowned with decorative dollops of spiced whipped cream and topped with a graham cracker crumbs. I don't say graham cracker crumbs there. Next is the chocolate peanut butter pie featuring Oreo and Reese's. Not seeing too many Oreos, just there on the whipped cream there. This is an Oreo pie crust layered with creamy peanut butter filling, packed with Oreo cookie pieces and Reese's peanut butter cups, topped with swirls of whipped cream and sprinkled with Reese's peanut butter cups and Oreo cookie crumb pieces. And last but not least for this week, you have to have a fruit one. So here's the raspberry cream pie. This is a velvety cheesecake pie filled with served... And last but not least, you got to have a fruit one. So here is the raspberry cream pie. This is a velvety cheesecake pie filling served on a buttery graham crust, topped with fresh, tart, house-made raspberry jam and dollops of whipped cream. Let's get into this. So as you can see, I'm doing it solo this week because school and Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. It is just how it is. It's busy time, a lot of stuff. But let's get into this action. So starting with the cookies and cream, make sure you got a spoon. I'm not even going to partition it. I'm just going to take some bites and see how it goes. So this one, you got to have a bend-sized bite. And if you don't, then why are you playing? I don't know. But there you go. You got big old cookies and cream. Got whipped cream everywhere. Hopefully I didn't make a mess. I got some of the crust at the bottom. Here we go. Here's the inside. As you can see, it's got cookies and cream filling throughout. It's really decadent. That's one thing that crumbl does really well is cookies and cream. You got the Oreo mixed in. Really creamy. Love the fact that it's just super crunchy with the cookies on top. Whipped cream dollop is awesome. The Oreo crust on the bottom really makes it a good pie. I am a big fan of this cookies and cream pie. If you love cookies and cream, you're going to love the pie. If you don't, then why are you watching the channel? Go watch something boring like How to Watch Grass Grow or something of that nature. But that one's really good. On to the next one. On to the Oreo and Reese's pie. This should be similar to the cookies and cream pie, but this one says it's got a peanut butter filling to it. So I got to make sure I get a big old dollop here. Oh my goodness. Look at the peanut butter in there. That's ridiculous. And it's got the cookie crust on the bottom, which is the Oreo. Kind of want to show that there. Here we go. You really get that contrast of the chocolate cookie from the Oreo cookie and that creamy peanut butter. It is so smooth, so creamy. It's hard for me to decide which I like better, the creamy cookies and cream or the creamy peanut butter, because both are fantastic. When I think of pie, that's what I think of. You really want something that's creamy or textured. I mean, I'm sad they don't have a pecan pie this week, but I think they were going similar to that with the Biscoff. Unfortunately, ours didn't have Biscoff, which makes me very sad because I enjoyed the Biscoff pie. But this Oreo and Reese's one with that peanut butter filling is really amazing. I love peanut butter, and that's a good one. On to the next one. Next one up, raspberry pie. I appreciate a good fruit pie that's not apple. I mean, a lot of people love apple or Dutch apple. I am more into a blueberry or raspberry. Those are some of my favorite fruit pies. Look at this thing. It's super messy, really creamy on the inside. Got a nice layer of jam on top. So here we go. Very refreshing. The jam on top has just a nice texture, a nice flavor of raspberry. It's not overwhelming. The cream throughout tastes like a cheesecake cream. You have the dollop on top with a little bit of the crust on top. It's a really good, refreshing raspberry pie. I prefer key lime if I'm going to be 100% honest here. Key lime is kind of something we always do for Thanksgiving, but the raspberry is a good touch. That one's not bad. That surprised me a little bit. So that one's good. 3 more to go. Chocolate silk pie. One of the best ones to go for. So that's what I like. Good old chocolate silk pie. That used to always be a Thanksgiving tradition. Big old pile of chocolate. Mousse is nice and good. Here we go. Chocolate silk is fantastic. The milk chocolate silk is super creamy, so fine. It's a definite different taste than the cookies and cream one. It's just got that smooth chocolate, kind of like you're eating like hot cocoa, if that were a thing, like frozen hot cocoa. Really good and creamy. The Oreo cookie base is just fantastic. The dollops on top and the chocolate shavings just make it perfect. Cannot go wrong with the chocolate silk pie. This is going to be tough this week. 2 more to go. Pumpkin cream pie. Last year they had a pumpkin pie and a pecan pie because they went with traditional Thanksgiving. This year I appreciate the kind of change up, but you know, a pecan pie is pretty good. But I want to see what this one has. Pumpkin is a very distinct flavor. This one's supposed to have graham cracker crumbles on top. Mine does not. But we're going to dig in and hope for the best. Nice and big, thick, and creamy. Here we go. Okay. For those of you that love pumpkin pie, you're going to miss that this doesn't have an overwhelming sense of pumpkin. However, the cream is very creamy. There's definitely a hint of pumpkin spice in there. So as you are tasting it a little bit longer and swallowing it, it tastes just like a pumpkin pie, just kind of like a little amount. But to me, it's wonderful because pumpkin pie can take or leave, really depending upon that pumpkin flavor. But this is a good way of doing a pumpkin pie. I really like the pumpkin cream. Something I could go for. 1 more to go. Now for the Brookie Pie, what I wanted to do is kind of squish all the mousse around so you get a good flavoring of it everywhere, because if you just leave it in the middle, the outside edges don't get it. So we're going to dive into the Brookie Pie. This might have needed something more than a plastic spoon, to be honest. Oh my gosh. That outside edge is a bit crispy. So it's like a baked cookie. Be prepared. Baked cookie with some brownie in there. Look at that thing. It's got cookie, brownie, and stuff. There's my bite. Wow. The Brookie Pie. That is how you do a Brookie crumble. Chocolate chip cookie, and then it's got the gooey brownie on the inside. The chocolate chip cookie is nice and crispy on the outside. Has a layer of kind of cookie dough in the middle where it doesn't feel like it was baked all the way, but it's perfect. That vanilla bean mousse on top really adds that wonderful over-the-top flavor for it. Really enjoyed the Brookie Pie. That is how Brookie should be done. So, yeah, I got to get some milk. Let's go. Milk time. Got my treasure mug, my treasure hat. For those of you in the know, the Disney Destiny actually is sailing this week. That is the sister ship of the Treasure, and it's all about heroes and villains. But right now, milk. Cheers. Down the hatch. Now I got to figure out which one of these is the best or the worst. Now I want to preface this by saying that every single one of these pies is really good, and if any of these pies were in a given week with other cookies, they very well could be the top contender. This was very difficult for me, even though I'm not bouncing this off of Meredith and the boys. It was hard for me to pick from 6 to 1 because they're all really good. But here we go. Coming in number 6, the Raspberry Pie. Really good, but I am super duper just a lover of chocolate and peanut butter and everything that's sweet. That was the least sweet of all of these ones. It had a really good texture to it, really good flavor, but when you compare it to everything else, that one was the lowest quality pie that I had. Coming in at number 5 is going to be the Chocolate Silk. Really good pie, really wonderful. Unfortunately, the difference in the other pies kind of elevated them above the chocolate silk. But as far as chocolate silk pies go, Crumbl makes a fantastic chocolate silk pie. I put it up there with Marie Callender's, and it's fabulous. Coming in at number 4 is going to be your cookies and cream pie. Just a layer above the French silk. Really good cookies and cream flavor. Really good Oreo. Really good whipped topping. Really enjoyed that. That one was really quite spectacular. Coming in at number 3 was going to be the pumpkin cream cheese, because that one is good. I love how it's very creamy. It has the essence of pumpkin. It's not overwhelming with pumpkin. It's just the right kind of taste of pumpkin for me. So I really enjoyed that one. That's one I would definitely get again. Coming in at number 2 is going to be the chocolate peanut butter pie featuring Reese's and Oreo. This had to be above the cookies and cream because it already has Oreo in it, but then it does something more. It has a peanut butter cream cheese. That is fantastic. I love peanut butter. I love Oreo, and you got a pie. So you can't go wrong there. And number 1 this week, one that I was not expecting to be number 1, because when Crumbl says Brookie, it's usually just a chocolate chip cookie and a dark chocolate chip cookie combined. This is what I'm talking about. Chocolate chip with brownie in the middle, and then you got that vanilla bean dollop on top. That's perfection in a pie. Brookie Pie. Who knew? So, what do you think? What was your favorite pie this week? Let's talk about what's coming, not next week, mind you, what's coming Black Friday. So as you well know, Thanksgiving is this week. So for all of you out there, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're with loved ones, watching football, eating some food, having a great time. What my family does, and it's something we've done for quite some time, is we actually go to a Golden Corral. And we go there usually about 10:30 so we can get the end of the breakfast buffet, digest just enough, and then we get the full fixins that we possibly can for Thanksgiving. The best part is we don't have to clean up afterward, and then we usually jet over to watch a movie in the movie theaters and come home and watch football. So that's what our Thanksgiving is. Tell me about yours. What is it that you do? What are some things that you look forward to with your Thanksgiving? With all that being said, let's talk about what's coming, not Thanksgiving Day, but the day after, Black Friday, because no more pies. Get them Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. That's it. After that, you're getting what's coming next week, and that is Snickerdoodle Sandwich Cookie. So, got 2 Snickerdoodle cookies, put sandwich cream in the middle. We'll see how that goes. Next, the Raspberry Cheesecake Cookie. Very similar to the Raspberry Pie, but in cookie form. So that I'm looking forward to because it's a good flavor. Next is Sea Salt Toffee Skillet Cookie. Their skillet cookies are hit or miss. I am a huge fan of sea salt toffee, so we'll see how this one goes. I think we've tried it before. I don't think it was as good as the butterscotch oatmeal skillet cookie, but pretty good nonetheless. The next one's one that Meredith just absolutely loves. That is brownie batter. That is just such a fudgy, gooey cookie, and that's something that we're going to be looking forward to. Next is the sticky toffee pudding. As we're getting into the Christmas time season, sticky toffee is definitely something that you hear in the song, so that one I'm looking forward to. It's like a little bundt cake with cream and all that stuff on the top. And new holiday tree cake. Looks like if a Little Debbie Christmas tree cake was put onto a square. So we're going to see, does that have a peppermint flavor? Does it just have cream cheese? Not quite sure. But let me know. What are you more excited about? The pies this week or what's to come next week? Put it in the comments below and let us know. That's going to do it for this week. So from our family to yours, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a fantastic one with your family and friends, however you decide to do it. As far as this week's concerned with these pies, Ben, Mayor, done that. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate you watching it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ben Mayor done that. Like and subscribe to Ben Mayor done that.